We are recording. So, first of all, thank you for taking time out of what looks like a wonderful time over there on the high seas to
Yes,
chat with
sir.
me today.
Yes.
So, welcome to this interview. My name is Chris Garcia, your friendly neighborhood Chris. And when I heard about the results of this guy, Mr. Arnold Thompson, I had to reach out and ask him a couple questions, see what he's up to, see how he did it. In case you don't know, he turned $1,000 into $200,000 within 11 months. Past profits do not guarantee future profits, but I just had to ask because, I wanted to see how he did it. So, Arnold, I'm assuming that you had a wealth of knowledge of Forex before this result and you're some kind of guru. What is your previous experience with Forex?
Yeah, I wish I had some experience before I started with these guys. I probably would have done even better than I did. To say I had zero knowledge or zero experience would actually be kind of overstating it. Although I will say this, I had heard the term Forex and I knew it had something to do with trading, but that's literally all I knew. I had no idea that Forex even stood for foreign exchange. So I pretty much knew nothing. I knew absolutely nothing. Some people never even heard of the term forex. So I guess I had a little bit of a leg up on them. But beyond knowing the term of forex, that's literally all I knew. And I'm not even kidding about that. So it's been pretty incredible. It's been incredible. And actually, I'm on a cruise ship. If for those of you that can or cannot see, I'm out in the middle of the Caribbean Ocean right now on a Royal Caribbean cruise. And it's because of what we've been able to do here with Forex and with IML that has allowed me to pay for this cruise and take a little vacation with my wife and have some fun. So it's pretty cool.
Right on. Well, I appreciate you taking time out of your awesome vacation there to chat with me for a second here.
Yes, sir.
So, what the question that's burning on everyone's mind is how did you do it? What product did you use to accomplish this?
Well, when I started, um, there wasn't nearly as many products and services as there are now. There was really just a couple, maybe three. I plugged into what's called the FX Signals Live. I'm on vacation. My brain's dead. I, pl- I plugged into the FX Signals Live Auto Trader or Mirror Trader initially, just again because I knew nothing at all about Forex trading. So I knew that I could start pulling in some profits with that particular product. So that's the first one I plugged into initially. And then they started sending these trade signals out through an app, and it was literally just copying and pasting. And I figured, well, good grief, if the experts are doing all the hard lifting, right, doing all the hard work for us as far as the analyzing of the charts and keeping up with the financial news and the daily trends and all that kind of stuff, and when they see a potentially profitable trade or pattern or setup kind of kind of present itself, and they send out a signal, I'm like, well, shoot, they know what they're doing. I can copy and paste these trade signals that are coming out. So that's really when the profitability just skyrocketed for me. And so if the internet connection here is a little slow, I apologize. But so I started copying and pasting these signals, and I started with a demo account. I demoed for a full month and just played around with demo, started learning, started copying and pasting these signals. And after about a month, I started seeing some pretty consistent profits coming into my demo account, started figuring some things out. I said, all right, I think I'm ready to go live. And that's when I was able to fund a live account with $1,000 and just started just same thing, copying and pasting these trade signals, and turned $1,000 into just over right around 50,000 in just over 4 months. And so it was pretty incredible. I was like pinching myself every morning. I was waking up going, could this really be real, right? And so what I did, the reason why I got there so fast is we were catching a lot of pips. So some people that watch this will know what a pip is, some won't. A pip is basically just a movement in the market, and your profitability per pip is kind of based on your account size and allows you to have certain leverage in the markets, right? So our pip count was pretty high every week. We were averaging probably 700 pips a week, something like that. It was really pretty incredible. And plus, I left my profits in my account. So I just let them compound, which gave me more and more leverage in the markets, right? So my profitability exponentially compounded. So that's why I was able to go to 1,000 to 50,000 in a relatively short period of time in just over 4 months. But once it hit $50,000 balance, that's when I decided to start pulling some profits out. I keep a $50,000 balance in my account to trade with, and that gives me the leverage that I want to have to be able to pull out the profits that I want to pull out. And that happened. I hit 50,000 beginning of November last year. So right now at the recording of this, what is today, the 28th, I think, November 28th?
Yeah.
2017. So this was the beginning of November 2016. So I've been pulling profits out every single week now for just over a year. And I've been averaging anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000 a week pulling profits out every single week, like clockwork. Some weeks better. I mean, my biggest week was a little over 15,000. I think my slowest week since I started pulling profits out was maybe 3,500, something like that. But on average, it's somewhere between 6 and 8. So it's pretty incredible. So just in the last 12 months, since I've been pulling profits out, I've exceeded $300,000 in the last 12 months of trading. It's been incredible, and that's coming from zero experience and pretty much virtually zero success in anything I've ever tried, from home or online or whatever, in over 25 years. So truly, if I can do something like this, anybody can do something like this. I mean, Chris, you got a great story as well. But we're seeing stories after stories after stories of people coming in with zero knowledge, zero experience, plugging into our training, plugging into our tools, plugging into our systems, plugging into our strategies, and succeeding like crazy. Absolutely amazing. It's really pretty cool to see.
Wow. It's I mean, what you have, what you just said, 25 years of experience. I have, give or take, about, between 7 and 8 years of experience. And I've never seen a way that's more simple, more to the point to making money from home than this. Because with everything else I've ever done, and I'm assuming you've done, you've had to sell something or recruit somebody into something. It's like, you want to talk about show me the money, this is it. So
yeah. And that's honestly what attracted me the most about this when I first saw it, is that exact thing. Because I immediately saw that, wow, we finally have a way to make virtually the money as we want to make without having to sell anything to anybody and without having to recruit anybody to do it. And that's the first time in my 25 years where that was the case. And I kind of say this, I kind of joke about this, but in reality, it's the truth. I could have taken, because most of what I did, which is crazy, I'm on a cell phone right now, on my smartphone. Almost every bit of profit that I've earned since I started this thing, I guess it's been 16, 17 months, almost 17 months now, since I started trading a live account. Almost every dollar of profit has come directly from this phone. And that's just because it can all be done on apps on your smartphone. And so I tell people, I say, kind of jokingly, I say, listen, I could have literally taken this smartphone with a Wi-Fi connection, hid in a closet like a hermit, and still made the same amount of money that I've made. And that is absolutely mind-boggling when you think about it. It's the truth. I didn't do that, but I could have done that. And again, that's the first time ever. I mean, for the first time ever, we can make as much money as we want to without depending on someone else making a buying decision in order for us to earn income, right? And it's a blessing. I mean, it's a breath of fresh air, for someone that was dealing with all kinds of different programs and different scams and different things here and there for 25 years. It's an absolute blessing and breath of fresh air to be able to plug into something like this and be able to provide for my family for the rest of our lives without depending on anybody else to do anything. It's really pretty amazing.
Right on. I mean, it's so cool how because most people consider their cell phone a bill, but you
Right.
actually turned it into an income stream.
Big time. Big time. Yeah. Big time.
So with all that being said,
And it's a write-off. You know, the monthly service is a write-off now too, right? So not only did I turn it into an income stream, but I turned it into a write-off, which is pretty cool.
man, so yeah, I mean, I could talk about this all day, but it's so simple. There's not much to talk about. So it's kind of funny that way. So with all that being said, going from, not knowing much about or anything about Forex to within 11 months, cranking out $200,000. After all that being said, what would you say as a word of encouragement to someone looking at this? They're scared of this whole industry. It's something they've never done before. When I joined as a customer, I had to look up what Forex meant 2 weeks after I signed up because I'm like, I might as well know what this means. So
Right. Right.
to someone who is kind of, they're doubtful of whether they can do this, what would be your word of encouragement after your experience thus far?
Well, I mean, I'm really a perfect example of you don't need to know anything from anything to succeed with this. I literally had no idea what Forex trading was. And there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people from around the world who are in the same boat as you and I were when we started. Had no clue what Forex was, had no clue what a chart looked like or how to read a chart, or knew what an up candle from a down candle was. Had no idea, right? Didn't know anything about Fibonacci's, didn't know anything about harmonics, didn't know anything about any of that stuff. And the beautiful thing is you don't have to. That's what I love about the IML platform is it pretty much was designed for the complete newbie like you and I, right?
Right.
That's why they have tools like the swipe trades, the copy and paste signals. That's why they have tools like the FX Signals Live and the Fusion Trader, Mirror Trader products. That's why they have an academy that takes you from, absolute beginner up to expert if you want to learn that. That's why they have IML TV, almost 100 hours a week of live training with expert 6- and 7-figure traders. You can earn as you learn. That's what's so beautiful about this. So if you want to truly learn the skill of Forex, which I encourage everybody to do, because the Forex markets aren't going anywhere. It's the largest liquid financial market in the world. Everyone is playing in the Forex markets. And now we, as normal Joes and Schmoes, we get to tap into that as retail traders with our phone, believe it or not. I mean, the technology now is incredible. We can play in the same markets that's the largest, banks and insurance companies and hedge funds and all those big multi-billion-dollar companies are playing in. We can play in that same market now. And IML gives us the ability to do that simply and easily and tap into those markets. It's one of those things. We could show you videos upon videos upon videos, but until you truly dive in and start playing around, it's like learning how to ride a bike, right? You can watch hundreds of videos on how to ride a bike, but until you actually get on the bike and start riding it, you're not going to learn what it feels like to balance on the bike and to pedal and to keep the momentum going, right? It's kind of the same thing with this. You can learn a lot, but until you actually get in and start playing around, that's when you're going to really start to understand the power of this thing and what kind of profits you can pull in on a daily and a weekly basis. It's a ton of fun. It's ultra profitable. And if you're looking for anything that'll set you and your family free, this is it. I promise you, this is absolutely it. You just need to take it upon yourself to plug in, follow the guidelines, follow the training, follow the rules of trading. And if you treat this with the respect that it deserves, it will pay you very, very handsomely for the rest of your life. So that's my advice. Just go for it.
Awesome, man. Well, I mean, what else is there to say beyond that? Really? I mean, there's never been a more simple time to create freedom if you choose to do it. I mean, everyone's walking around with a cell phone, but few people choose to use it as a weapon for their freedom. And that's exactly what you've done. So congratulations on that. And, if you've been watching this interview and you want to learn more, you want to get your hands a little bit dirty, get back to me or the person that invited you to this video. Because I'll tell you what, in his 25 years of experience, in my almost 8 years, neither of us have seen anything quite this awesome sauce. I don't know how else to put it. So, you know, the longer you're not participating in this, the longer you're missing out on the moolah. So, with that, I'll let you get back to your vacation there, and thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day for us.
My pleasure, brother. My pleasure. I'll get back to the pool and some pina coladas.
Right on. Living the dream.
All right, brother.
Peace.
See you soon.